Okay, so Jill's distracted right now, and I'm gonna ask her to come to me. Jilly, come! Jilly! Jilly, come! Yes! Good girl! So now she's getting rewarded. When they're distracted, it's a good time to practice, so I'll just stand up and see if she'll wander off again. Chewing her cookie still. And she'll get distracted and look around. Oh no, she thinks we're working now, so she's on. She's on. But the important thing is when the puppies are looking around, doing other stuff, that you ask them to come to you, and I would just use her name. She's got to call her on. Jilly! Jilly! Come on! Yes! And while she's on her way to me, as soon as she makes that decision that she's coming to me, I mark it by saying yes. So she knows when she gets there, there's going to be a reward in it. Okay, so always positive when puppy comes to you. We want it to be really happy, really, really happy. And we could start even at this age doing a collar grab. So we take her by the collar and we pay her. How hard is that? We take her by the collar and we pay her. And this is just teaching them that it's fun to get your collar grabbed in case you got to get hold of them while they're running somewhere, if you didn't do your recall work. Okay, now we're going to do a quick intro to leash. So she's never had a leash on. Jilly, have you ever had? I don't think so. So Jilly's pulling on the leash. I'm just going to help her out a little bit. Jilly! Yes! And I put a little bit of collar pressure on and she comes right off of it. Good girl. Again, soft treats would be way better because she would chew them up faster. Jill! Yes! Good! So I'm just slowly introducing her to the leash. I'll get up here. Jill! Judy! Good girl! Excellent! Excellent! You want your cookie? Good girl! And I'll get her in the heel position. Yes! And I'm going to pay her right in heel position. So if she starts this way, if she's getting rewarded when she's in heel position, yes, then she's going to want to be in that position more and more, and she's not going to be pulling up front on the leash. Now I'm going to let her go to the end of the leash, and she hits it. Judy! Yes, she's back in heel position, so I'm going to pay that. And that's pretty much how I start the leash. If they do start jumping around and getting all excited, let's see if she's going to do that here. I'm just going to stand still and let her figure this out. And when she comes towards me, yes! So she took the pressure off the leash so she's not pulling and choking herself. Okay, I'm not pulling or jerking, I'm just holding very still while she figures out what she should do to get away from the leash pressure. And that's come towards it. So we'll see if here she goes again. Jilly! A little bit of pressure on the leash. Jilly! Jilly! Okay, she's thinking, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just wait for her. Yes! And she comes forward and she gets rewarded. Okay, so there's no big fighting, no pulling or that on the leash, please. We're just getting them used to it. And we do this when we start somewhere quiet without distractions, and then we'll do it other places. Good girl! And so there she turned into where I was going. So a little bit of pressure on the leash. Judy! Yes! Good girl! Good girl! Oh, yes! So she felt that and she made the right choice right away. So you can see she's starting to understand. So if we're never having a leash and collar on, she's coming along really good. And she feels the pressure. And she's leaning back into it a little bit. Judy! Yes! And she comes forward off the pressure. Good girl! Good girl. And that's pretty much as simple as it is to start your puppy at the first stage of leash training. Or at least that's how I do it. Julie! Julie! Waiting for her. Waiting for her. And she's going to pull back a little bit. Yes! Good girl! I'm going to back away. Let her think about this. She's processing the information. And I'm not gonna fight. Yes, good girl. She comes forward and she gets rewarded. Nice job, Jill. Good little demo dog. Okay, and I think that covers the basics for walking on a leash.